about the game, their opponents, the way they handle themselves and the way they play the game. I wonder who your favourite is at home. Let's hope it's not a letdown, this final, and it's a special one. The final of the Proximus Diamond Games from the Sport Palais in Antwerp. This Sony Ericsson WTA Tour Tier 2 event, 5th running as a Tier 2. It's a wonderful trophy that awaits the champion 3 years out of 5, remember. They played their part Wednesday evening, getting Clijsters through against Tatiana Golovin in 3 very tough sets, 4-6, 7-6, 7-5. Their reward, a free bottle of champagne donated by Kim Clijsters, who will get the final underway. Just long. But immediate signs from Mauresmo, she's going to look to take it on in the first point. Kim will soak that up, be very thoughtful early on.
Thank you.
She'll look for 3/4 pace first serves, look for a very high percentage in, you would imagine. Predominantly serving to Mauresmo's backhand. And most of the rallying shots, you would imagine, would go to that side. When she's 30 love up, 40-15, 40 love and so on, and she'll probably go to the forehand more, would be the play. Yesterday's semi-final, Clijsters needs to be working well today. Brilliant. That's the problem. When you serve to the forehand and it's not the best serve, Mauresmo will hit winners. Moving well early on, Kim. No sign of any problems with the ankles.
Advantage, Mauresmo.
But she won't want to lose this opening service game from 40 love up. It's a break point chance for the French number 1. A much better choice of serve. I'm surprised Mauresmo almost ran round a forehand there, looking for the backhand. Very surprised. Terrific serve. It's almost like she scored a goal with that one. The reaction from the crowd. Terrific response from 40 love to Juice and 2 aces. smile there from Mauresmo. There's two gladiators at work out here, and that's an encouraging start, the opening game. They don't look that nervous. I think this could be a terrific quality final. The number one against the number two player in the world. Doesn't get any better than that for a final.
Mauresmo to serve.
Serve, you would imagine that predominantly she'll serve to the backhand of Clijsters. Which is a mirror image, really, of the game plan. Inside the court, taking it early. Such a long swing. That's the danger of going to the forehand. Kim very quickly onto that. It's good anticipation. Going forwards and across into the court to reduce the angle, to find one.
40-15.
Sardines. Good opening game for Mauresmo. Puts a bit of a silencer on the crowd.
Ladies and gentlemen, just
7 minutes for the first two games.
Please no flash photography during play. Thank you.
Quite right too. Everybody wants a memento of this occasion. It's got to be at the right times.
15.
Superb. The silky skills at the net. Bit of a miss hit from Mauresmo, giving the short ball down the middle here, which was punished by Clijsters. Super movement again. Maresmo played the return like the serve was well out. Just to look at the line, and Lynn Welsh, no overall. And a shake of the head will suffice as the complaint. So much respect on both sides of the net. Good save from Love30 from Clijsters, 4 points in a row. And these two could really be called the nearly women, couldn't they? Having been in good situations and good form going into majors. Good timing. Maresmo just about to get the fourth game underway, first set. Clijsters 2-1. No breaks as yet. Turn straight to the backhand of Maresmo. See a lot of that, you would imagine.
Thank you.
She said how tough this match was going to be. Maresmo coming in with the crowd and so on. Ooh, feel she should have made that. It's so good to see no reaction from the ankle of yesterday. She's moving like a gazelle out here, Kim Clijsters. An awkward shot for Maresmo, dealt with very well. She would have been there for the volley perhaps anyway. Oh. Missed it. And there's the first serve and volley from the 26-year-old.
30-15.
Quite enough on the volley. Super little drop there. About Clijsters in that point, wasn't there? Really looking to hurt and take it on more. Maybe as a touche to the serve and volley. She's making a move here, looking for the break. Good serve.
40-30.
To the backhand on the big point. Now, which this time? Close, that one on the sideline. That's two bad calls. Is the gesture to Lynn Welsh.
Deuce.
Tries to smile it off. She won't want to get too involved, too obviously, so the crowd pick up on Maresmo's complaints about the line calls for obvious reasons. She's got enough on her plate just trying to beat Kim, let alone taking the crowd on as well.
First serve.
will serve to the weaker wing. Well, weaker. It's such a good backhand, isn't it? But then why did Mauresmo look for the backhand off a return down the middle? That makes no sense. Second error off that shot in the game. It's a break point for Clijsters. And first blood to the Belgian #1. The crowd celebrate, nods of approval all round.
Clijsters leads 3-1.
The early initiative to the champion of 2004. Not happy with that line call on the game point, Mauresmo, remember. And then finished the game poorly. 2 errors. Momentum builds. Often talk about extra motivation, a reason for winning a match. Proving the doubting Thomases would have been one I would have suggested to Mauresmo in her corner. Kim obviously retiring in the semis down under. For Kim, almost the complete opposite. Maybe I would have won the Australian if I hadn't have got injured. I'll prove that today. Now I'm fit. It's fascinating, isn't it? I still think it's all for Mauresmo to do. You know what to expect from Clijsters. Mauresmo's still not 100% sure.
30-50.
Either with the game plan that she'll bring to the match court or the execution. Content to rally again, Mauresmo, from behind the baseline. I just don't think she can beat Kim that way on this slow green set carpet. Kim will be very happy playing the points in that vein. Long. Clijsters stretches the lead. 4-1. It's 3 games in a row for the top seed.
Clijsters leads 4-1.
Disappointment already for Mauresmo on the face, and the time to collect your thoughts has come to an end. Crowd are ready for the final to continue. Mauresmo Mauresmo serving at 1-4 first set.
A 15 love.
She needs to mix it up more, Mauresmo. It'd be a much more watchable match as well if she came in a little bit more as a net player against the passer and so on. It's all very samey at the moment, and at the moment, Clijsters has got all the answers.
Net first serve.
Won 19 of the last 22 matches in Belgium, Clijsters. She loves playing at home. Oh no, she's made it. Little applause from Kim. What an angle that was. Does she mean it to be this short and wide?
30 love.
Here it comes. That's a stunning shot. Loopier topspin from the back of the court. That's a change up for Mauresmo. Trying to give Kim a lot more topspin. It's energy sapping when you're having to play it up at head height. She tried to use her feet well there, Kim, to take it earlier. That's a good game for Mauresmo, a love game. And maybe that's what we'll see more of now from her. Much more net clearance with the ground strokes. Give Kim a different match to win all of a sudden. Maybe not the net rusher. Clijsters is such a good passer, of course. Loves a target. That's the fear there, perhaps, for Mauresmo. Definite switch up. And Clijsters straight away, you can hear the efforts that it's taking to counteract. Interesting moments here in the first set. One way to counteract is to take the ball earlier and get into the net yourself to stop the play from Mauresmo. This is terrific thinking from the Belgian. She loves the ball lower down for the ground strokes. Big forehand, good use of the feet from Mauresmo off the second serve, looking to hurt with her best side. There's one very close on the tram line for Clijsters there, no call.
40-30.
5-2. Well done, Kim Clijsters. Does hold. Manages to absorb the little switch up tactically from Mauresmo there, and is a game away now from the opening set.
Clijsters leads 5-2.
The organ strikes up again. Crowd happy to play along. That's a good game for Clijsters, an important game, because when you feel as a player your opponent has changed the play, the Belgian player Els Callens there, then it's important that you subdue it, because if Mauresmo had got a break back there, she would then suddenly feel she's got the winning ticket. That is hurting Kim, she doesn't like it. And all those little changes, sea changes, can happen in match play, and terrific lesson to all match players out there, what we've seen so far in this opening set. But Mauresmo does look as though she's not going to favour coming forwards against Clijsters unless she really has to. Just one serve and volley, maybe only one other sortie to the net, and for the best part, well behind the baseline, the pair of them. As you can see, Mauresmo further back, for the most part of that point, than Clijsters. Quicker balls for Mauresmo, serving to stay in the first set at 2-5 down.
15 left.
Good use of the new balls. Second serve and volley of the match, knowing that she's got the extra speed with them.
30 love.
Again, to the backhand without labouring the point. Hits from the pair of them in that rally.
40 love.
And since being broken, Mauresmo, she's not conceded a point on serve. 7 in a row. Consistently serving to the backhand now. That's wide.
40-15.
Good game from Mauresmo. Much better game.
Clijsters leads 5.
It's a bit of pressure now on Kim on this service game, now that Mauresmo seems to be serving that much better and far more comfortable with her tactics. First serve becomes critical here, serving for the first set. That's off the frame for Mauresmo to deal with there. You can so often think as a player that please go out, especially that one. And when they drop in, you've got to start the point again. To get two in a rally is unusual that go in. Play from Clijsters. Another miss it off the forehand. And it's Clijsters who dominates and bosses play from the back of the court. Still can't see Mauresmo winning from that position. Look where she is. She's strong, sure, but just can't see it. What's really fascinating as well is that Mauresmo has gone back to the type of rally that saw her go 4-1 down in this set. There's no sign of the loopier shots. She's hitting the ball low over the net again, and that's playing right back into Clijsters' hands. That's how she forged ahead in the first place. And she looks comfortable again, the Belgian. That was better. That had a little bit more lift on it. The ball reared up as a result, much more to Clijsters, and straight away she looked uncomfortable. Huge point here, serving for the set. It's 30-all. Shame. Just the right play from the 26-year-old. She'll be bitterly disappointed with that. Set point for the world number one.
Thank you.
If you're going to play loopy, it's got to go to the backhand. Clijsters does seal the opening set. The crowd celebrate. Clijsters is halfway to her second title here. Pretty much it was a mirror image game that we were seeing. Hard hit shots, both from the back of the court, from behind the baseline. Mauresmo's tried to switch it up at the back end of the second set with a few loopier balls and made some headway. We saw a serve and volley twice, and it's encouraging for me, Chris Bradnam sitting in the commentary box, to see her come in at the start of the second. That has to be the next plan. The loopy balls are fine, but only to serve the purpose of maybe getting some shorter balls for from Clijsters in order to then attack the net. Clijsters is just not going to miss off the loopier ones. Enough for Mauresmo to win.
30-15.
So it's got to be used wisely. Again, it's all for Mauresmo to think out and execute. Clijsters, it's pretty simple. Her game plan is clear. So often the case with players, when you do have choices of how to play, it's making the right ones. She looks a little lost again right here. She looks confused, Mauresmo. So often bedfellows, the aces and double faults, so often say it. Mix-up from Mauresmo. A very important service game to hold at the start of the second set, and does. Super centre court here. In the purple, or shades of. 13,900 seated. One of those, Kim's father, Leo, former Belgium international footballer, footballer of the year in Belgium in 1988. Further 600, standing only here today.
First serve.
I think they would have filled any stadium for this match in Belgium, however big.
First serve.
Got a good block forehand, taking the pace out, Mauresmo. Maybe a few of those on the return, down to Kim's backhand. Don't give her any pace.
30 love.
Just to see what happens. Still trying to work it out. One thing's for sure, she'll never stop trying. Never has done, never will do.
First serve. A 30-15.
It was good. There's an overall from Lynn Welsh. That's the third one. She mustn't let it get under her skin, though. She's got to forget she's playing in Belgium against a Belgian. It was just a mistake, is what she's got to tell herself. And then get on with the replayed point. Easier said than done.
Ooh. 30 all.
For a winner. A metre and a half behind the baseline. Look at Mauresmo's position. She's 3 metres behind the baseline there. Doesn't move that far forwards. It's tough to hit a winner from there.
Deuce.
Couple of edgy shots again from Clijsters, with the double fault in the game as well. Further signs of how much a win here would mean to the 22-year-old.
And finish, Clijsters.
Too good from Clijsters. One game all in the second set.
One game all.
Superbikes are back. Follow the 2006 World Championship live on Eurosport 2 with complete coverage over 2 days of high-speed racing on the edge. It's all set for the best season ever. Rev it up to the max. Round 1, Doha. The Superbike World Championship starting Friday, live on Eurosport 2. Next stop, Dubai. The Sony Ericsson WTA Tour is on the road. A world-class field goes head-to-head in the desert sun. It's wide open, and with a cool $1 million in prize money, it's going to be hot. The Sony Ericsson WTA Tour Dubai, every day starting tomorrow, live on Eurosport 2.
Second point, third game, second set. She's got to keep holding serve. She's got to keep putting scoreboard pressure on Clijsters. She will be nervous. She will be tight because of what it means to her. She said that, winning the title here at home. Yes, she's won it before, but boy, how she'd love to win it again. Mauresmo's got to feed off that by keeping in front. Again, that sort of serve to Clijsters' forehand is not going to reap too many rewards, and that's a panic approach to the net, really. She's betwixt and between. See, this is going to be a tough match to close out for Clijsters, there's no question. Looking for her 31st career title. We've seen her try to approach, we've seen her try to serve and volley, missed her first serve when looking to do so. She's all over the place at the moment, trying to work this out, Mauresmo, and it's a break point chance for Clijsters.
First serve.
want another break if she can get it. And at the moment, you wouldn't bet against it. Very much in the ascendancy. It's a set and 2-1. A bit of YMCA now. It must be tough to concentrate when the music is so loud and catchy, and the crowd will be celebrating and singing along, and we'll get the Belgian wave soon, I'm sure. 45 minutes so far. It's all gone by the way of the Belgium. Far more experienced, of course, in major finals, having 4 times been a runner-up on the very biggest of the occasions until winning in the US Open last year in New York. Mauresmo, of course, burst to prominence 7 years ago in 1999, getting through to the final of the Australian Open. Beat Hingis en route to a loss against the then world #1 Lindsay Davenport in the semis. She lost to Hingis in the final, of course, in '99. Had a long wait until making it through to a final again in Australia in January. Well, there is the Belgian wave. A little half-hearted.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Ready for...
Strange thing is, when they finish, they always clap themselves, crowds.
Players are waiting, thank you.
When they finish.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
It was the right approach from Kim to enjoy it, but a little look down to Amelie, and she's enjoying it too. There's the applause. Right, the crowd's ready, so the players can start again. It's a set and 2-1. She's trying everything out here, lots of moon balls, then the really skimming backhand slices. Look how low that ball stays. Tough to control, especially when you've just played a few around your earlobes.
Love 30.
A little switch up here. She's dealt with the loopy ball brilliantly. She's got it back to a great length, Clijsters, offering no chance for Mauresmo to progress forwards. Why the loopy one does have to find the backhand. A little bit of a miss hit this time. Clijsters with time to use her feet to release the forehand. Got to admire Mauresmo, what she's putting in here. There was just the block forehand return to the backhand I was talking about at the start of the point, and then look to up the ante and come in. It must be 3 or 4 different game plans she's now attempted, Mauresmo, in the match. Chances here to break back. Just magnificent. No wonder the clenched fist. Now that could be the winning ticket. She won't want to have to make volleys like that for the rest of the match. But that's a terrific effort from the 26-year-old, that game, and breaks straight back with a stunning finish. 2-all second set. Clijsters. Every time Mauresmo has managed to find a way forward successfully, Clijsters has returned in kind. That one. It's unplayable unless you move early. Super angle to watch this from. It's going away from Kim all the time. Super 2 games from Mauresmo, very firmly back in this final now.
3 games to 2.
And for sure, less thorns at the chair for the French number 1. And this is where match play, for me, just gets so fascinating. You're out there on your own, all the pre-match chats you have with your coaching corner, and of course Clijsters coachless right now. She split from Carl Mays, went to Mark de Hoos, but that's now come to its mutual decision end. It's all down to you out there. You've got to work it out, soak up what's happened in the match so far with all the strokes and strategies, directions of serve and the best ways forward. Make decisions and then come out and play the next 2 games before you get a chance to recollect your thoughts and make it happen again. And of course, during the next 2 games, you've got to have the ability to make good decisions about the way you're going to change the play. And then it's all about execution, of course.
Time.
It's fascinating for that. Tennis. And no one's getting ready to celebrate yet. Much work to be done for their heroine.
Thank you. Ready for play.
Back on serve, second set. Clijsters 2-3.
Love 50.
Again, the loopier one. This time to the forehand. Making Clijsters look uncomfortable. This really is a good effort, continuing. Just that little short arm jab, nearly producing the winner.
Thank you.
response. Keep the rally short again. She's chosen brilliantly the time to come to the net and keep the rally short, Clijsters.
First serve.
Again, that really heavy slice backhand down to the forehand of Clijsters, her undoing. When she goes big, Clijsters, maybe she's just got to respect that shot and say, let's just roll it back, let the rally continue. But it's tough to hit telling shots off that slice backhand. And it's another breakpoint chance for Mauresmo. Ooh, two doubles in the game, and that's a further indication of what this match means to her.
Mauresmo leads 4 games.
Said it a number of times throughout the match, but that's the clear message to Mauresmo. This is going to be a tough title to win again. And what a turnaround. 2-1 a breakdown second set, a run of 3 games, 2 breaks. And suddenly, Clijsters' face doesn't look so positive. 4-2.
Thank you. First serve.
Another good play from Mauresmo. She did, for once, get a short ball off the Lupia shot. Then looked behind her strength on the forehand to come in and force the error. She's starting to work this out now, Mauresmo.
Thank you. 30 love.
And she's getting more and more confident with every passing minute. Knowing what you want to do and executing, it's all coming together. Hence the build-up in confidence.
First serve. Thank you.
And then that. Kim's father's expression never changes courtside until the match is done.
First serve.
Missed it.
40-15.
Chances to take a 5-2 lead second set. Brilliant. Bit of anger behind that return. Every time the second serve has gone out wide without the pace, it's been punished.
40-30.
On this occasion, severely.
Deuce.
40-15 to Deuce. Just when momentum was building for Mauresmo, the last thing she wants here is to be broken back.
Advantage, Mauresmo.
Faithful out wide on the first serve. Kim was expecting that down the middle, her weight was going the wrong way. Well, she overran it in the end, but what a point. What a get that was, and then this backhand, it was all or nothing.
Deuce. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
She's waiting for the out wide serve that time, Clijsters. Now she's surely got to hit the kicker down the middle here. Just got a little tight, didn't she? The shot would have been a winner. Mauresmo was going the wrong way. Again, looking to boss the point and rewarded. Great length there.
Deuce.
It's just too many forehands for Clijsters as far as Mauresmo is concerned. major. I think the belief that you can do it on the big occasion will be there for Mauresmo. It applies to both of them, of course.
Mauresmo, new balls, please.
One major apiece, but it is 4 games in a row for Mauresmo.
Mauresmo leads
And back to the chair with a 5-2 lead, second set. Sides, Mauresmo came through it to lead 5-2. Everyone glued to this. New balls for Clijsters, serving to stay in the second set at 2-5. Every single one of Mauresmo's shots in that point to admire. How many she needed to eventually win it. Such was the resilience of Clijsters, but that's a magic point from the defending champion. It was worth the bonus, quick point to follow. He must have put the frighteners on Clijsters. 2 points from a set all.
Thank you.
Two-set points now to go the distance. She'll want to do it here, Mauresmo, so that she can start serving in the third and final set. Made in Belgium net again for Clijsters. She had one yesterday. What a time to get a second. Set point down. Be a great game to win from 15-42 set points down. It'll certainly give some mental baggage to her opponent.
Advantage, Clijsters.
And make Mauresmo's next service game all the more difficult.
Game,
4 points in a row. Clijsters does hold, saves the 2 set points. Now, how will Mauresmo react off the back of that?
Mauresmo leads 5 games to 3.
It's times like this where reputations are made in the locker room. Got to forget all that. Just focus on the next point right here, Mauresmo, serving for the set at 5-3. to the forehand. Her undoing.
Love 15.
It's a great serve.
15 all.
Now, does she look for the out wide one again? She's favoured a lot in the match. Kim will be ready for it. Or flatten hard down the middle. Ooh, got away with it. But just about got over the net, the approach. It wasn't out the middle of the racket by any means. Oh, that was close. No wonder the disappointment.
Thank you.
The right player. I don't think Mauresmo would have got there either. It was the first drop shot attempt in the match, but came up short, and it's 2 further set points for Mauresmo. Finish, a confident finish from Mauresmo, no sign of faltering, and to play such a good game after having the set points in Clijsters' last service game is credit to her, and maybe a sign of her growing maturity on the big occasion. 79 minutes, we're going to a third and final set. Asked for the trainer for the left ankle to be retaped, the one that I felt she tweaked yesterday. Now that is interesting. She took a decision at the start of the second set not to call the trainer, or even towards the end of the first set when it happened, and played the whole match without strapping or any treatment. Has obviously had treatment since the end of the semi-final yesterday, and not getting it retaped, just saying, had enough of that, let's play without it. This is just getting more interesting by the minute. Maybe it was too tight, or maybe she feels the ankle's fine, she just doesn't need it. Self-repair kit for Clijsters. No trainer required. This will be fascinating. They played 3 setters, as you would imagine, in their previous 12 matches. The first was at the US Open in 2002 in the 4th round. Mauresmo winning 7-5 in the 3rd from a set down. Then Kim won the next 2 in Filderstadt in 2002 on a hard indoor court in the semis. 7-5 in the 3rd again, and 6-love in the 3rd in Rome the following year in 2003 in the final. Kim winning from a set down. Then Kim again in the Tour Championships in 2003 in the round-robin stages from a set down, 3-6, 6-4, 6-4. It seems to be a common denominator, doesn't it? And then, of course, their most recent 3-setter was the retirement from Kim in the semi-final of the Australian Open in January.
First serve.
So if history repeats, the one who loses the first set wins the 3-setters. Hello, Mauresmo. Of the other head-to-heads, you pick out one in particular. The 2-love drubbing that Clijsters handed out in the final of the Tour Championships in that phenomenal 2003 year. Terrific start. Maybe that strapping has just released Kim. She looks to be moving wonderfully well. A love game. That's food for thought for Mauresmo. Such a positive start from Clijsters at the beginning of this third set. I wonder who your money's on at home. You'll have your favourites, of course, and you just simply then want them to win. But if you look at the context of the match and the way it's been played, who do you think is going to deal with the situation better? That's the key. Sit on the fence. Love won third set.
Love.
That's what you try to do in big matches, of course. Control the situation. Don't let the situation get the better of you. Mauresmo, she's had her accusers in that department over the years, as has Kim. Kim now can banish those remarks. Mauresmo, with the 2 retirements in the semi and the final in the Australian, will still have those doubters.
Out.
Lynn Welsh again obliging for Kim there. Her body language was telling everybody that she thought the ball was long, and the overall came. Tough to tell from that angle. It did look long, I suppose. Hawkeye would have sorted that one out. Introduced later on this year.
50.
Players at specific times. The number, I'm not sure what the number of times is, but they can request for a call to be looked at to settle it. Done. Really gutsy to take the first overhead out of the air, because it was up there an age.
40-50.
This came down with snow on it. The second one, of course, was much closer to the net, so wisely letting it bounce for the put away. Honours even at the start of the third.
A 1-game all.
They both need their energy for the back end of this set. I don't imagine that one of them's going to walk away with it. I think this is going to get very, very tight the deeper we go into this final. Put off that one a little. The reason why, she's going for the short cross-court angle, but just leant back a little bit too much. Almost feel as though they're almost taking a breather here, a pair of them, in the return games.
A 30-15.
A little tug on that left shoe. Another chance in that situation to make the pass. My eyes are watering again. Pleased we're not going to get a full replay of that splits. Great volley there from Mauresmo. Was going the wrong way too. It just puts a little bit of salt in the wound. There was a gaping hole down the line here for Kim. Do that. Get too involved. It'll put the players off. Another little look towards the line judge, but not the same sort of look. I'm not so sure that ball was long. There was no anger in the eyes from Clijsters this time. There will be if she loses the next point, because she'll be a breakdown final set. That's a gift. And the body language, well, she's struggling at the moment, Clijsters. Mauresmo now in the ascendancy final set. And remember, it doesn't seem that long ago that Kim Clijsters was set 2-1 up, a break. She's only won 2 games since then. And she's lost control of this final. You have to give an awful lot of credit to Mauresmo, who was trying so many different things in the first part of the match without an awful lot of success, but she suddenly got it together for a while, and it's been good enough to unsettle Kim. And she certainly looks that right now. At the moment, my money would be on the Frenchwoman. And don't forget, later on today, you'll see Andy Murray. What a fantastic win it was for him against Andy Roddick, the top seed defending champion in San Jose. He's beaten the world number 3, Andy Murray, convincingly in 2 sets, 7-5, 7-5 in the semi-final. And he'll play the 3rd seed, the Australian Leighton Hewitt, former world number 1, of course, in the final tonight. That'll be midnight Central European time, 11 o'clock in the UK on Eurosport 2 with Jason Goodall. Come on the Scot, as far as British Eurosport fans are concerned. Mauresmo 2-1 up in the 3rd with a break. To calm Kim down.
30-15.
Switch up on the serve. Kim just reacting to it, not there early enough. Didn't pick it. Well done. Long point. And Kim, the aggressor.
30-all. Thank you.
Made it. That's one of the shots of the match for Clijsters. Nothing wrong with the approach. That's a brilliant angled pass. And it sets up a break-back point. Exactly what Mauresmo did in the second set. By a whisker. It's getting tense, isn't it? The left hip, remember. But Kim injured in Sydney. Oh, that's a brilliant serve. Ditto. Saves the break point in style, Mauresmo. And then with two aces in a row, extends the lead. Final set. That is impressive. That's big match tennis right there.
Thank you.
Almost a must-win game now for Clijsters. To go a double break down, final set, would be a mountain. There's an urgency about it in this must-win game. Yes, it was. That's got to be on the back edge of the baseline. Brilliant shot here from Mauresmo when she comes in, Clijsters, to keep it low just about finds the line. To mount the double faults for Clijsters. That's a great shot. Wonderful footwork. Had both options there, chose the in to out to perfection. Keeps it to the single break.
Mauresmo leads 3 games to 2.
Just keeps the edge on this final. It's not been the best final, but it's been gripping. They're enjoying it, irrespective. There's such warmth here, as there was in Paris last weekend at the Stade de Coubertin in Paris. Mauresmo couldn't believe the welcome that she got back at home. And of course, on the other end here in Belgium, it's their turn this week. Chocolate Kim in the shop soon, surely.
Time.
My wife has helped sponsor the Belgian chocolate industry over the years, that's for sure. Good ovation for the pair of them. Still with this sole very important break of serve, Mauresmo. 3 service games away from the title at 3-2 in the third.
A 15 love.
That cannot do the hip any good at all. The strain of the splits. She says it's instinctive. She's so desperate to get those sorts of balls back, she'll try anything. But again, at what cost? Says she's going to quit the end of next year. Maintaining the attack to the backhand. It's good play from Mauresmo. Good clear thinking at this stage. Not a bad time to switch up too. 30 love. Going back to the preferred out wide serve. Working hard again. A love game for Mauresmo. Pressure quickly back to Clijsters. That's important.
Ladies and gentlemen, as a courtesy to the players, please remain quiet during the point. Thank you.
Quite right, Lynn Welsh. Another one of those must-win games. backhand. She was in the air when she hit that, Clijsters.
15 love.
Both feet off the ground. Just long.
30 love.
Maybe the cross-court pass would have been the preferred choice from the coaching camp. Holding his head. He's put his life savings on Kim winning this match. He's struggling. It's a love game for Kim Clijsters. And quickly, the pressure goes back by the way of the French number one.
Leads 4 games to 3.
The tension is just going to build and build from here. Changed your mind at home? Who you think's going to come through? Or are you staying loyal to your original choice? It had 3 sets on it, the match before the start. I said that. For the winner, I'm still totally unconvinced. They'll still be keeping their fingers crossed, everybody here courtside, or the vast majority at least, for Kim Clijsters. When we talk about momentum, it's just a single break. Mauresmo keeps playing as positively and as well as she did in the last service game. The momentum is with her, but should Kim break at the back end of this final set, it would switch, and quick. So what next for the Belgian faithful? Service game held to love. Mauresmo really focused the attention to the Clijsters backhand. She's got the quicker balls again to serve with. Let's see how well she uses them. Both flirting with the lines there. That was an edgy point. Just solid on the backhand is what Clijsters needs. Wait for the forehand to be the star. They're both feeling it, understandably.
15 all.
Good decision to wait an extra shot, Mauresmo there. The let cord would have given Kim a much better chance at the pass. Well, that's just a brilliant approach. That's as good as a winner.
Thank you.
point for Clijsters. Just went for a huge backhand again here. Points for the 5-3 lead.
Please.
It'd be a bad idea for Mauresmo if she is getting tight to serve and volley to the Clijsters backhand, just to keep the rally short and not risk her nerve in a long rally. She did risk it, and her nerve held very firm indeed. It's Clijsters with another look for a big backhand error that cracks first. Now Mauresmo just one game away now from successfully defending her title. Clijsters serving to stay in the match at 3-5 third set. Seventh double. Just 3 points from defeat. And now two. This is surprising, I have to say. It's not a capitulation, but it's not far from it. 3 match points.
Thank you.
For the defending champion. Successfully defends her title. She breaks Clijsters to love, and her heart with it. A warm embrace, united for the moment. Mauresmo's year has just got better again. Her 15th win in a row. Champion of the Australian Open. Champion in Paris indoors. And now successfully champion again here in Antwerp. Well done, Amélie Mauresmo.
In de tribune slaan, 4 gehandtekende ballen. Ballen waarmee u straks, wanneer u het Sportpaleis
Boy, she must feel good.
Bij de stand van Siemens in de
And such disappointment for Kim Clijsters. Did so well to get fit to come into this event. Surprised herself, she said, by making it through to the final, and just faded at the very end. And Mauresmo, well, locker room respect does grow. She didn't falter, she held firm. And when you think of the first set and 3 games where she was a set and 2-1 down a break, she seemed all at sea and all over the place with the game plan choices, the execution as well. But she worked so hard, never lost belief in herself and her ability that she could find the winning formula and turn it around. And that's exactly what she did. That must be, I would think, one of the most rewarding wins in Mauresmo's career. Of course, people will say, what about LA in the final? What about the Australian Open final? Well, Justine quit halfway through the match. Not feeling good. This will give her a very warm glow. Kim was fully fit and hard at it. The world #1, remember. And Mauresmo has beaten her on her home turf. It doesn't get any better than that for the world #2, who goes to Dubai next week. And if she wins there, her 4th title in a row, she will be #1 in the world again. And we are going to stay for the prize ceremonies.
Voor het begin van deze ceremonie protocolair roepen wij nog een keer alle ballenjongens.
Just look at that reaction.
Van de Proximus
It means so much.
Daar zijn ze.
And I'll tell you what, she'll be thinking about the golden racket now. I think a place on the wall at home will be picked out. 2 years in a row, the champion now. She's only got to win it once more in the next 3 years. And that thermo bag, if she puts the racket in there with the others, will be the most expensive thermo bag in the world.
En mogen wij ook uw applaus voor alle lijnrechters.
She's looked so relaxed all year. She said the burden had been taken off by winning what she considered to be a major title in Los Angeles in November, and it has made a world of difference to the way she approaches her matches, the belief she has in what she does best. She says she's far more focused now with shot selections and how to conjure up wins in difficult situations. Better equipped is one of her quotes. She's much more relaxed on the court these days.
En dan krijgen we nu de delegatie met de mensen van de organisatie, de sponsors.
Imagine the scenes in Paris, outdoors at Roland Garros, were she to win. There'll be much excitement, always the expectancy from the Parisians, but with real belief this year that it could be her turn. A tennis fan or a player around the world that wouldn't be pleased for her. 2 of the nicest women share the moment of the win and the loss. She's become the fastest woman in history, Mauresmo, this year to win $1 million on tour. Of course, with the increased prize money, that's not necessarily that surprising. She beat the previous best mark of Justine Henin-Ardenne, who achieved the feat on March the 21st by about a month. Just by reaching the quarterfinals here in Antwerp, she surpassed $1 million.
It's the 5th edition of this tournament. What do you think about it?
Well, I'm very impressed. I'm impressed with everything that's been done here. It's an outstanding organization, and Bob Verbeek and his team did an amazing job. The innovation and technology that has been used to this tournament in a very clever way really is impressive, and above all, the crowd, the spectators here, is just amazing. Thank you to everybody to be here. Yes.
A response from the sponsors.
This is the 1st and 5th anniversary of this amazing event, and on behalf of the Sony Ericsson WTA Tour, I would like to give this award to the tournament director, Bob Verbeek.
En Bob Verbeek krijgt een prachtig geschenk ter gelegenheid van de 5e verjaardag van zijn toernooi. En de bloemen, you get flowers.
And the Sony Ericsson Tour is certainly in very good hands with Sony Ericsson.
This handsome guy there, it's the mayor of our city, Patrick Janssens. Niet toevallig een paars boeket, dames en heren. Thank you, Julia. Zo, dames en heren, en dit is het moment waarop we de verliezende finalisten even tot hier vragen. En dat is Kim
And a lot of you are interested in the money. $51,000 for Kim Clijsters, $95,500 for Mauresmo.
Kim, je hebt deze week zoveel wonderen verricht. Dit was er eentje te veel waarschijnlijk. Hè?
Ik heb kansen gehad, hè, dus ik heb een set en een break voorgestaan, denk ik.
My translation will not be up to it, but always tough in situations like this when you come second in a final. But she's one of the best at putting life into perspective at moments like this, Clijsters, and I'm sure she'll just be congratulating Amélie and saying how well she's done, how pleased she is for her. She's quite brilliant in accepting defeat gracefully. The world #1. They played a great part as well, of course, the crowd.
Ja, zeker. Dat is, weet je, op geen één toernooi dat je speelt, zelfs geen Grand Slam, heb je zo'n verwelkoming. Dus dat blijft zeker mijn momenten in mijn carrière die ik nooit zal vergeten. Die zijn hier allemaal gebeurd in Antwerpen, dus dat is heel speciaal.
Goed. Een woordje, Kim, over Amélie Mauresmo. Je speelt natuurlijk de finale tegen het nummer 2 van de wereld, die bekend staat als misschien wel de fitste atlete. Het was een moeilijke wedstrijd voor jou, ook een heel tactische wedstrijd. Zij
Winning does become a habit as well.
Ja, zeker vast. Je merkt ook dat ze met heel veel vertrouwen op de baan staat. En Amélie is een heel goede speelster. Ik denk ook wat zij eigenlijk sinds oktober vorig jaar heeft laten zien op het circuit is
she really has got the winning feeling now. Mauresmo just one match away from equaling her best 16-match win in her career run.
Zeker een speelster, een heel toffe ook en zeker iemand die het verdient.
Goed, Kim, bedankt. We gaan jou bloemen geven.
Sure, Mauresmo will be the player to beat this year. In Dubai next week, it's a strong cast too, although Venus and Serena Williams, who were both booked to play, have pulled out with yet further injury problems. I'm not going to say too much about that, because I know what your response will be at home, but the amount they play, well, it's just getting more and more ridiculous with every year, but there you go.
En die wordt u aangeboden door meneer Van Hellemond. En dat is de algemene directeur van Sarah Lee Household and Body Care Belgium. De mensen die onder meer Sanix produceren. En hij wordt vergezeld van meneer Camille Paulus, de gouverneur van de provincie Antwerpen.
Also next week in Dubai will be Lindsay Davenport, defending her title, she hopes successfully, like Mauresmo here. Sharapova's there. Justine Henin-Arden, big marquee players in a hugely popular event in the Middle East.
De man, de grote baas eigenlijk van de titlesponsor van dit toernooi, meneer Michel Georgis, gedelegeerd bestuurder van Proximus.
Here is somebody from Proximus.
Meneer Georgis, ik neem aan dat u heel veel middelen in dit toernooi stopt, maar het is fantastisch hè, als u rondkijkt, zoveel mensen ook in de loop van de week. De uitstraling van dit toernooi is geweldig, dus het moet eigenlijk toch wel een plezier zijn om zo'n toernooi te sponsoren, of niet?
Just talk briefly about Venus's withdrawal next week in Dubai because of a strained ligament in her right arm, which pulled her out of this event. Serena is still struggling with her knees. Doesn't want to play until they're completely better, she says.
Geweest is, boeiende wedstrijden, een droom van een finale. Ik zou van de gelegenheid willen gebruik maken om Bob Verbeek te willen feliciteren. Hij heeft van dit toernooi
one of the most popular sponsors of all time, Proximus, especially on the women's tour. Shirley Bassey has been singing long and hard off tape this week. Diamonds are forever. They're certainly a girl's best friend.
Proficiat daarvoor.
Just 1702 diamonds encrusted in the gold racket.
Kwaliteit,
he says jokingly.
100.000 mensen deze week, 15.000 vandaag. Proximus brengt mensen dichterbij. Ik zou ook Kim willen feliciteren en een speciale dankwoord
for the crowd.
Deze week gedaan heeft.
Supported the event terrifically over the years.
In Australië, ik vind ook,
particularly on the evening sessions, a bit sparse during the morning, as you've seen if you've been with us for the whole tournament.
Ter wereld, maar ook, je hebt het
but it's a big stadium to fill.
Nummer 1 in het hart van de mensen.
Just under 14,000, and congratulations obviously being given to Kim as the runner-up in her efforts this week.
Amélie, que puis-je dire,
big bravo for Amélie.
match sur les chapeaux de roue, la victoire en Australie, à Paris la semaine dernière, Anvers, deuxième victoire. Alors peut-être
now getting some translation, the Proximus sponsor is just offering her congratulations and how well you've done.
Et bravo encore.
And hope after 2 wins in a row that you'll be back next year. And maybe next year you'll take the golden racket. I wonder how many diamonds Loïc will get. It's his cut, should she take it home.
Quelle semaine, Amélie, et quelle finale. Vous avez joué très bien, mais on a dû attendre
what a week and what a final. You played very well, is the question. You had to wait for the second set to see the best from you. Look at the stadium, she's saying.
Kim a très bien joué au début et c'était difficile pour moi de bien rentrer dans le match, et puis après ça s'est un petit peu équilibré.
Kim played very well at the beginning and it was tough for me to get into the match.
Moi je voulais vraiment
managed to get it more balanced in that second set.
Ils sont venus ici toute la semaine pour voir.
She wants to thank the public.
J'ai trouvé un respect incroyable tout au long du match aujourd'hui. Alors même s'il y a probablement de la déception.
And she got a lot of respect, she's saying, from the crowd in the match, even though they were strongly supporting Kim, and she's saying thank you for showing that respect during the match. That'll certainly help her next year, that comment, that's for sure.
Numéro 1 contre le numéro 2, il faut bien attendre, bien préparer les points.
Was it a tactical match, number 1 against number 2, having to really work out the points?
Mais je crois que aujourd'hui on a donné le maximum toutes les deux.
She's saying the journalists decide who's the best out of the two of us, but we both gave of our best.
La blessure en Australie et tout de suite quelques semaines après.
It's great to see Kim come back after being injured in Australia.
Bravo. Et puis je voulais
the way she's moving now with all those injuries, she's just saying big congratulations.
Le tournoi incroyable que tu fais ici. Remercier évidemment Proximus parce que
the sponsors for the amazing tournament that they prepare every year here. Big thanks to Proximus.
Qui êtes venus tout au long de la semaine. Et puis je vous dis à l'année prochaine parce que bon bah maintenant je sais pas, il y a
to everybody that's been here all week long. And what a surprise, she's saying I will come back next year. I wonder why.
Est-ce que vous connaissez combien de kilos d'or?
Beaucoup.
5. Combien de diamants?
Do you know how many kilos of gold in the racket? He's asking. 5 kilos.
Combien de carats?
And he's saying 1,900 diamonds.
Ça vous plaît?
Well, in all the research I had done,
elle va venir.
240 carats worth of diamonds. And I think you can put Amelie's entry into this tournament for the next 3 years right here, right now.
Siemens Groep België, Luxemburg. En hij wordt vergezeld van meneer De Rijkere.
They have hosted a brilliant tournament here, there's no question.
Meneer De Rijkere is de managing director van Alpro.
$95,500, remember, for Mauresmo, which means that her prize money this year is $1 million and about $50,000. And we're not out of February yet. If she wins next week, there'll be another $196,000 to add to that total. Fatigue has got to get her somewhere along the line, surely, but she won't be fatigued this time next year. That will excite her in every match. It is a stunning piece of art. Yours. Fabulous pictures. It's a great song, isn't it? So, Amélie Mauresmo successfully defends her title here at the Sport Palais Arena in Antwerp. The Proximus Diamond Games rests with her for another year. Hope you've enjoyed the tournament. My big thanks to David Mercer and to Jason Goodall, who's helped to host the event for you on Eurosport 2. And don't forget, Andy Murray against Leighton Hewitt in the final tonight on Eurosport 2 from San Jose. Jason Goodall, your host, at midnight CET. That's 11 o'clock in the UK. 15th match win in a row. 3rd title in a row this year for Amelie Mauresmo. A very worthy champion. As normal, thanks for your company. From me, Chris Bradnam. Bye for now.
The Sony Ericsson WTA